the last year or two has I've been involved and embroiled in political discussions where people, literally, I went to a restaurant one day and somebody was talking about me. They don't even know who I am. They're sitting at the table and they're voicing, opinions that are pointless, that don't mean anything.
How did not getting those state office buildings in 2 times after you, how did that affect the company?
It hurt us badly. In the entire history of the time that we have worked on projects in Bennington, we have made no money. We have lost a significant amount of money. So the people in the community, who walk around saying, well, here's this guy and he's doing all this stuff and he's ripping the community off and making all this money. Please. You want to see my tax returns? You can see the tax returns. Okay? We make no money. We've had the pleasure of trying to build a baseball team in the community. That we lost $260,000 on that. We didn't get the support of the community. We have been trying to do something, I think, that's very, very difficult. Come into a community, not being a local Benningtonian, trying to do the right thing for the community. And people are saying, they're suspect. Well, why are you doing this? Well, I'm doing it because maybe someday there'll be a payoff. But right now, as long as we're not losing money and we can build the community, hopefully there will be a payoff someday. And what happened is, for me, I had people outside of the state of Vermont that were willing to invest money with me in the state of Vermont. And, these people read the papers. They see hurtful articles that are written about me. They see local politicians, select board members who, clearly, like this fellow, Jason Morrissey. I've never talked to him in my life. I don't know him. He doesn't know me. But his attitude of who I am is a guy that's just in it to, pillage Bennington, and which is the farthest thing from the truth. Again, you want to see the tax returns? I'll show them to you. We've been trying to do something proactive and positive for the Bennington community. And, and this whole thing with the state office building, Jason Morrissey and Mary Morrissey were tremendously vocal about not bringing the state office building to downtown. Furthermore, as my time, I was a board member of BBC, Better Bennington Corp., and I was the president for a while. Our mission statement was approved by the board, by the select board of Bennington, and further, the BBC is supported by the state of Vermont. Well, hello, our mission is bring business, offices, etc., downtown. Well, that was the mandate of the select board. I followed the mandate of the select board because as the president of BBC, and Bob was the executive director of BBC, we followed and put together a comprehensive program approved by the select board of things that the town wanted to see in downtown and in proximity of downtown. Housing, we did housing. Retail development, we're doing retail development. All of the policies that BBC espoused with the approval of the select board, I, as a developer, followed. And when the state office building had time to come down to downtown, there was a real eye-opener that we didn't have unanimous consent by the town of Bennington select board. Okay, sale of 8. So what happened? We didn't get the state office building. Big blow for us. And a big blow for the community. Because that would have been a signal for hundreds of jobs coming downtown that would have serviced restaurants, retail establishments, etc., etc. And, I think basically the state said, downtown Bennington is not good enough for us. And here you have a developer that was willing to guarantee a solution at 50% of the cost that the state's budget has projected. Now they're projecting overruns. So, I do have hard feelings about that. The other thing that hurt us is we lost the Vermont Country Store at 210 South Street. That hurt us. So what it caused us to do, we invested and tried to bring establishments into downtown. And unfortunately, we had people, in the middle of the night move out. We had a Chinese restaurant at the Panda Garden, just left. We had the Bennington butcher shop. The guy just closed. And there's a whole story that goes with that. So we got hurt badly on all of these things. But I would say to you that throughout the course of all of these hits that we've taken, we've tried to take the high road. We've tried to have integrity. I mean, look at the developer who bought the old middle school. He let the thing go. I mean, that thing needs to be raised. It's completely unmaintained. And of course, then it was auctioned off at foreclosure recently for $50,000. And you got a historic building that's in disrepair that's going to cost millions to fix. Take us, for example. We bought the Catamount School. We've kept it heated. We've kept it in repair. What you don't know, because we haven't made a big deal of it, is the building has continuously been vandalized. And to the tune of $50,000 for each time it's been vandalized. The last time, the police caught the kids. Okay? But so what does that mean? They let fire extinguishers off in there. They wrote, nasty things on the walls. They broke doors. They broke windows. I mean, my insurance company doesn't want to cover us anymore. I mean, what is that? Why is that happening in the community? But we do. We fix it. We repair it. We look for the next opportunity. A lot of what we're doing right now is just holding until the economy gets better. But if we're asked to put a banner up on our building, or if we're asked to use the CB building for, an event, with the Brewfest there, go for it. We're part of the community. We're a good citizen. We try and do that. I don't need to pat myself on the back, but all that gets lost. That just gets lost on a continuous basis.
I heard you talk about the opposition to your efforts.
Yeah.
But I don't think I heard you explain, what do you attribute that to? Is it the fear of one person accruing too much power? Is it more than that?
Good question. All I can do is guess, and I think you may have hit it right on the head. Unfortunately, it's a sad commentary on human nature. Human nature, and maybe it's jealousy. I mean, I don't know what it is, but human nature generally, I found, is people have a hard time being happy for other people, or celebrating something that somebody else has done, or being mad that they didn't do it themselves. I don't know. But what I can tell you is I certainly did sense a lot of that going on, where it was more of, I don't want to see that guy, that Appelman guy, succeed. Who does he think he is coming into our community? And I say, wow, I've really been misunderstood. No one has even asked me about these things. I thought by my actions, I've always relied on my actions to kind of represent who I am. So let me see what my actions are. I've come in, I've invested money in the community. I think every building that we have, it's kind of nice looking. We've tried to abide by all the zoning laws of the town. We have a good working relationship with the town. I think we have no building that's in violation of anything. We work on all the volunteer boards. We work with the museum. we donate things to the community. I said to myself, I think I'm trying to at least be a good citizen, not just in words, but in actions. Giving of my time to the hospital, to BBC, to whatever. And, maybe I'm too sensitive. Maybe I am. But I kind of felt, that I wasn't being perceived the right way. And I also felt a little hurt by it. And again, I don't need somebody. I'm not looking for any great, pat on the back. But I was just looking for every now and then some sort of something nice to be said. There was an article recently written by a fellow from the Old Castle Theater. I forget the guy's name, where he really dissed me in the newspaper. I mean, I read the paper too. Like, the Appelman factor is over. Well, first of all, I never asked for it. Second of all, I was just trying to do my thing. I wasn't telling anybody. In fact, I clearly, whenever somebody asked me to speak, I said, look, this is. I said, it's like Admiral Lagasse says, get your own cooking show. Okay? This is my thing that I want to do, and that's what I'm doing. Okay? So you want to do your thing, get your own cooking show, do your thing. But maybe by me doing my thing will trigger some other people that want to do their thing too.
You've been here in Vermont since '93, I think, is it?
Yeah.
And you've been developing